Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I hope you're well this morning. It's a Sunday again, the last Sunday, the fourth Sunday of Advent. The last Sunday, it's Christmas week. And you can see I've got my baubles, my Christmas lights. I did laugh when I saw them. I had to buy them. It is lovely. In my ears. And I hope you're going to be able to attend a carol service today. There's lots online for people to attend. If you don't know the time of our one at Monk's Yard, it's at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I'm going to go to a verse today which illustrates the thought that I was trying to get across yesterday, which is that the chapter divisions and the verse divisions are very, very artificial. They're very late on. They were put in place to help people study the Bible and read the Bible and easily find places in the Bible, but they are not part of the original text, and they are very late. And sometimes they divide the thought. They break up a thought, and if we read only from the beginning of a chapter, we don't get the full picture. And I'm looking at Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1, which says this lovely promise: "There shall come forth a shoot from the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him," that is the branch, "the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord, and his delight shall be in the fear of the Lord." This is a wonderful promise of Jesus coming. And the picture is of a tree, a mighty tree, the tree that was Jesse. Now Jesse was the father of David. And Jesse's tree, the big, majestic tree, there's often a picture in Scripture of people being like trees, sturdy and strong, a good leader, Jesse, a good family. And out of that, and the stump is what's left when the tree has been felled. So the tree of Jesse had been felled. Judgment had come as a result of the behavior of the descendants of Jesse through David and the rest of the Jews, the Israelites, and Jews, yeah. But there was still life in the roots, and out of that stump would come. You know how often you cut down a tree, and you think it's finished with, and you don't even notice the little bud coming, and then it comes and life begins to come again out of the stump from the roots. And that branch was to be Jesus. But if you look at the end of chapter 10, the last two verses of chapter 10 are about trees being cut down. So the thought carries on from the previous chapter. "Behold, the Lord of hosts, will lop the boughs with terrifying power. The great in height will be hewn down, and the lofty will be brought low. He will cut down the thickets of the forest with an axe, and Lebanon with its majestic trees will fall." A prophecy about judgment on the different areas of the land and different nations all around. And the previous verses name the places, the towns. Most of them are towns, and each of them is thought of as a tree within this glade of trees, and God was going to bring judgment on them for their sin. And then Lebanon with his majestic trees will fall. There shall come forth a shoot out of the stump of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. So the promise is there that out of the roots, and in a very real way, that is what happened, because and I think that may be hidden somewhere behind why David had to go to Bethlehem, because Bethlehem was the place where Jesse lived with his family. When Samuel went to Jesse's house on the orders of the Lord to go and anoint one of Jesse's sons to be king over his people, Jesse lived in Bethlehem, and the shepherding of the sheep was in the hill country around Bethlehem, and Joseph and Mary, through different lines, were descended from Jesse and David, and they had to go to Bethlehem. They had to go to Bethlehem to be counted, and that was why Jesus ended up being born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem, the city of Jesse, the town of Jesse and David, long before Jerusalem became David's capital. So here is a prophecy rich with meaning, and how God is able to restore and renew and do great things, and his promises are always true. And those verses go on to verse 3, says, "He that is the branch shall not judge by what his eyes see, or decide by what his ears will hear, but with righteousness he shall judge the poor, and decide with equity for the meek of the earth." And here we have a picture of Jesus walking the earth and not judging people by their outward appearances. He welcomed all into the kingdom. He didn't judge them by how they looked or what they did in their lives. He could see beyond that, and he could see those who were going to be his followers. And he called tax collectors and sinners and prostitutes, and he rescued them, where in the land where they lived there was no rescue. And the rest of that passage, which we so often read at Christmas in the 9 lessons and carols, about the wolf lying down with the lamb, those are prophecies for the future. They haven't come true yet, and they will be when Jesus comes again and he establishes his reign on this earth, and things will go back to how they were in the Garden of Eden, and there will not be any killing anymore. There will be peace finally on this earth. How we long for that peace on this earth. Well, I just pray that you'll have a great day, and that you'll be blessed, and that very often, especially when you have a chapter heading that says then or therefore, for or because, or that is why, you will look back and you'll see where the thought starts in the scripture, and not just begin it at the beginning of a chapter. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.